Hey everyone, DJ here, back for another video. In today's video, guys, we are going to be doing a tutorial on advanced camera movements. So, grab your popcorn, get ready for the video, and I'll see you after the intro. So guys, to do all of these amazing camera movements, I suggest that you have a second device, which is what I have right here. So always just have your second device handy, as it really does help. So let's move on. Here is the beginning of the tutorial. So we have a few command blocks set up here. As you can see, they have names basically telling us what they do, and we're going to take a look at their commands now. But first, let us see what they do. So here we have one that says up or down. So I'm going to get my second device ready, because I can't stop this once it's happening. That is why it's good to have a second device. So get your second device ready and press this. So as you can see, this says up or down. If we flick the lever, we start to go up, and as you guys can see, this looks amazing. It looks so beautiful, smooth, wonderful. If you press F1 or higher GUI, it looks absolutely amazing. You could get some amazing camera shots just by doing this, and it already looks good. But what happens if we could go more, which we can, but let's go take a look at what we do. So it's really this simple. It's execute, the player name, the three tildes, then this is where the command starts. You want to go TP, tilde, tilde, the speed that you want, and tilde. Now note that if you put a 0 here, you won't go anywhere. If you put a 1, you'll just go one block up constantly. But if you put 0.05, that means that you'll go up 0.5 blocks every time there's a game tick. So basically, the more zeros after the dot and then a number, the slower it will be. So let us move on to left or right. By the way, guys, if you want to invert this, as you can see, we're going up the whole time. If you want to go down, it's as simple as adding a negative in front of your number. And let me fly up a bit, and now you can see that I'll slowly start to go down. So that's why it's saying up or down, because you just put a negative to swap over what you're doing. And by the way, guys, I really do suggest turning on your coordinates, as it really does help doing all the camera movements. So let's hop in to left or right. Yeah, let me just position my other device. Good stuff. And let's hit this. As you can see, we start to go left. And already from this, you can get some pretty sweet camera movements by going left. You go through blocks, and you just get some really nice camera shots. Of course, this one isn't really lined up well, but I do have some examples of other things you can do in the filter. So here we go. That is left or right. Once again, if you do want to swap the way you go, you just put a negative. But as you can see, for this command, guys, we are working with the first tilde. Now, of course, this will be different for whatever you do. For example, if I stand this way, I'm no longer going to go left, I'm going to go forward. So just keep in mind that your direction also matters for the way that these ones work. So as you can see, because guys, if you did not know, basically coordinates work in a very simple manner. X, Y, and Z. X being the one that's currently moving right now, Y being the current one moving right now, which is up and down, and Z being the one that's currently moving right now. I'll put a little image up on screen so you can kind of see. But basically, this is what defines all 3D areas. And the X, Y, Z is what we use in this. So as you can see, from going up or down, we use the Y coordinates, which is the middle tilde. But for us, if we want to go to our X-axis, then we use the first tilde. And obviously, swap it around, put a negative. But then we have forwards or backwards. Once again, this is different if you're standing from another side, so do keep that in mind. But if we go and hit this one over here, we'll see that we start to go forward. Once again, even by its own, this just looks like an amazing camera movement. But we'll go into more things that you can do very soon. Once again, here's the code. As you can see, we're working with the Z-axis currently right now. So we're using the last tilde, and we always have a value of 0.05 to get that nice smooth movement. I just accidentally put a W there. There we go. So now, there's our thing. It looks very beautiful. And as you can see, let's just put a negative number there so you can see that we do go backwards. And it's all fun. Once again, if you are standing from a different side, of course it's not going to be forwards or backwards, but yeah. So let's move on to these ones now. These are where it kind of gets complicated for some people, so pay attention. So over here, as you can see, it says execute your player name, the 3 tildes, then here's where the command starts, TP, tilde, 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 and then a number. As you can see, there's way more tildes than before. Early on there were 3 tildes, now there's like, wow, what am I doing? Okay, whoops, I accidentally pressed this one that made me go into the floor. Anyway, so look up or down. So as you guys can see, from the 3rd tilde, or the 4th, there's 6 tildes. So that's way more than 3. Are there 6? Or am I counting wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5. My bad. So as you can see on the 5th tilde, so basically, guys, what happens? There's 2 tildes. There's this one and this one. So the one at the end makes you go up or makes you go down, but it doesn't actually make you go up or down. It makes your screen look up or down. So the player doesn't really have to move, but the screen actually moves. For the other value, it makes the screen look left or right. So, as we can see for this one, it says look up or down. So if we hit this, you'll see that our screen starts to look down. You get some pretty cool camera shots by doing this. But then we can also move on to look left or right. Now, as you can see from before we started looking down, once again you can put a negative to invert it and start to look up. So for left or right, if we start to press this, we'll start to turn right, and you can get some pretty nice cool 360 photos. I actually did like a 360 video tutorial on Minecraft that did like a cool like camera movement like this, but it was moving really slow. It was an hour of footage and just recording the day and night cycle of Minecraft. It looked pretty cool, and people seemed to enjoy it. So that was pretty cool, and it uses the same concept as this, that we move it at a very slow pace. But as you guys can see, for the exact same speed that we are going up, we're also looking. So as you can see, this is 0.05, but for these it's 0.5. That's a big difference. Well, yes it is. That's because we're talking about blocks over here, and here we're talking about degrees, so don't get confused. So basically, just keep in mind that you don't have to add an extra 0. If you do add an extra 0, it's not going to do anything bad. You're just going to move really slow. But let's change that back, shall we? And then, guys, we can look both ways at the same time. You're wondering, how do you do this? This is a good question. You just basically do both of the end coordinates. And as you can see from here, we are going to start looking to our right and also down at the exact same time. Once again, you can think of some pretty cool camera movements by doing this. However, guys, also know that you don't only have to work with these numbers, but you can also work with the Y's, the X, and the Z. So let's say over here I wanted to go 0.01, and I want to do 0.01, and also here 0.01. Now you're going to see that we're going to go some nice ways. As you can see, now we're starting to move and look at the same time. And once again, you can imagine some pretty cool camera movements by doing this. But that is what you can do with all the different coordinates in use. You can move anywhere. So guys, we've had a little bit of a tutorial of basics of how it works, but now let's go take a look at another part of it. So here is a nice little command block in this chest. Let me just teleport myself to myself. That didn't really work, but okay. So here we have a lever. But first we need to put our command block down, and here it is. It's a repeating command block. Of course, all of these really should be a repeating command block, otherwise you'll get some weird movements. But here we go. Here's the code for this one. It's execute your name, tilde 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 TP tilde tilde 0.01 tilde negative 0.1 tilde tilde negative 0.05. And as you guys remember, this is basically an example of all the coordinates moving. So this is why I say you should really have your coordinates enabled. Because if you look at the top of my screen, I can see if I walk this way, the z-axis is actually going down. And for that reason, in our command block, we have it set so that over here, where is it? Over here, as you can see, it goes negative 0.1, which means that we're going to move in this direction. If it was no negative, we would just move into the tree and then we would see nothing. So guys, let's go. So for most of these, you have to be aware of how you start. So like for example, I'm gonna start looking at the edge of this block while shifting, and then you'll see when I flick the lever, you'll see the beautiful camera movements that you can get off of these things. And as you can see, we're looking at a road, we're slowly flying up, but we're also slowly looking up, and it looks really good. Looks good. So basically it looks good, right? It really does. But that was just one of the examples. I'll open up the code once again. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. I'll help you guys down in the comments. Hopefully it helps. But, oh, wait a minute. Okay, good. I thought I wasn't recording my audio. So this is basically what you do next. As you can see, that's all good. Now let's move on to the next place, which is over here. Now over here we introduce a brand new thing, and it's pretty brand new actually, and it's pretty cool too. So let's open up this chest, grab the command block, place it down, and let's take a look. As you can see, this one looks a whole lot more complicated. So we have the normal execute command, but then we have tilde, 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 looks pretty normal. But then we have something new called facing. Now you may be wondering what this does, and then you see a whole bunch of random coordinates. Well, basically facing does what it does. It makes you look at a certain direction. So what I have it set to, I have it set to this block over here. So like, you'll see that we start to come from there, slowly come this way, and we're constantly looking at this block, so it looks really good. And you'll see, so that's what the facing command does. This is just like a basic demonstration. But as you can see from this one down here, if I was looking at the lever, it would do something completely different. Because if I was looking at the lever and I flicked it, you'll see I would start to turn this way. Of course, once you're in it, you can't turn away, so you have to think about where you're going to be the first time. But even this looks good as a camera movement, so once again, just think about how you're going to position your camera angles. So here we go, but in this one, with the facing command, it really doesn't matter, because you will be teleported to look at this block. So I'm going to flick this lever, and as you guys can see, look at this beautiful thing. We're currently going towards this beautiful area. We're slowly going up, slowly moving towards this block, and we're constantly looking at it. Then at a point we'll just do some weird flip around where we turn incredibly fast. But yeah, there you go. So there you go, that's what that does. You just basically keep looking at the place, the destination that you put in with the commands. So it looks really good. And guys, that's the facing command. But we're gonna take a look at one more facing command up here. And by the way, guys, if you're wondering what map this is, it's the 10 million Ultra House. The credit for their creator will be in the description. But there we go, guys. Looking good. So this is what we do next. As you can see, we have a lever. Let's grab our command block for today. I need to think about this one. Okay, here we go. Command block. There we go. here is the brand new coordinates and things. So we have TP tilde 0.05 tilde negative 0.1 facing whatever. In this case, we look towards this little glass pane or glass. Yeah, that's what we look towards. So it's pretty cool. But then from here, guys, let's take a look into these coordinates again. The y-axis we're going up very slowly at 0.05. However, you can see this again. As you can see from our z-axis or z-axis, we're going down in numbers. So that means that we have to do a negative 0.1. Yeah. So that's that. Once again, you can look in any direction. Let me just teleport myself here so I don't have any problems. But yeah, guys, flip the lever and you'll see you're now looking towards that block. It looks amazing. Guys, I wanted to do a whole much more camera movements, but I didn't have time, sadly. But guys, just think about the possibilities that you guys can come up with for all the things that you can do with cinematic camera movements. Now, of course, you can't just run around like this, but this looks boring. Why would you do that when you can use commands? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching today's episode. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please slap a like on the video. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing because it makes me happy. And if you did enjoy this video and you would like to see other ones, click on the end screen to see the playlist of other command block tutorials that I do. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!